Now, listen, you guys. After flopping massively, it looks like Advovo BBL might have decided to take another route to promote, her album because people are accusing her of trying to show her pregnancy in an attempt to get attention. We're also going to be talking about Nicki Minaj and, of course, Station Head and how it seems like since she left Station Head, her streams have been going up. Halle and DDG, it seems like, the judge had a couple of things to add to the current conditions in as far as Halle is concerned on social media, and Ebro is getting blasted left, right, and center. It seems like people are tired of him being a hypocrite. I mean, in one breath, he comes out here talking about the state of hip hop, and in another breath, is out there coddling a grown behind woman. Just so, I don't know if he's fishing for an interview or what exactly is going on. And at the same time, the Transformers alleged new man is out there being caught in Nicki Minaj's likes. Now, these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea blog. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great. You guys, I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So, first of all, let us talk about this alleged pregnancy. Now, it is no secret that recently the Transformer released a song that she thought was going to be a his moment, where she was poking at several female rappers, not just Nicki Minaj, but it seems like she was coming for all of them in the hopes of getting responses. Then maybe she can then commence, her proper rollout. But it seems like the girls decided to pay her dust, and she has decided to resort to her normal antics, which is men. Pregnancy. You guys know that she loves a rollout that involves men drama or pregnancy or anything of that sort. She is male-centered. Everybody knows that. But then, am I shocked? Absolutely not. So yesterday, she decided to, post a video of herself. And lately, people have kind of been seeing how she's been trying to not show her tummy and stuff like that. But in yesterday's video, people were kind of surprised when, she was kind of showing a little bit of bulge on her tummy area. So people were like, okay, was that intentional to get people talking so that, she can be a little bit interesting? People can start talking about whose pregnancy that is and stuff like that, and at least she will be talked about. Or is it like a distraction? Because yesterday, of course, her songs departed all the charts despite it having a video. So people were like, okay, maybe she's trying to distract people and redirect the conversation to her tummy and her men drama instead of her flopping. And when it comes to this song, honestly, I did say that a lot of music that she's been recently releasing, it does sound dated. It sounds like something that people were hyping up in 2018, 2019, just because they had, a vendetta against a certain female rapper. But you can only pretend for so long. This girl has always sounded like this. But for some reason, people felt like this was an opportunity to try and humble Nicki Minaj. So they hyped this nonsense. But now it seems like they cannot fake it. And I wonder when some people say, oh my God, what happened to her? She used to be good. No, this is exactly how she sounded. You were just in denial because you thought that Nicki was going to be ended. But now that you've realized that no new female rapper is going to end Nicki Minaj, she will retire when she decides to do so. The industry is not going to force her to do that. Now that you've, accepted that, now you're beginning to actually see that, actually this girl sucks and does not know how to rap. Anyways, speaking about that pregnancy, honestly, it's a womb. I'm not here to police a womb if that's what she wants to do. I did see people discussing the potential paternity of the baby. Some saying that, that means that the baby belongs to the new man. And so other people saying that, it must be offset. There's no way that, she can be pregnant for a man with as much scandal as, this guy, Stefon Diggs. And when it comes to this entire situation, honestly, I'm just gonna, because at the end of the day, if she's pregnant, there's gonna be an offspring there, there's gonna be a child there, and I wouldn't want her or him to come across a video like this where we talk about how probably unwise and dull and dense their mother, is or was. I'm hoping it's Offset, to be honest. But if it's not, it is what it is. And some people also bring up the fact that, well, actually, the ex-husband was out there allegedly trying to say something about the paternity of the current baby. So it's a whole complicated situation, honestly. Yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. Now, moving on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about, let us talk about Nicki Minaj and Station Head. Now, since Nicki decided to part ways with Station Head, it seems like people have been noticing that actually her songs, her music is getting massive streams, which has led to people feeling like Station Head might have been sabotaging Nicki Minaj's streams. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about this. Do you think that to a certain extent Station Head was out there trying to sabotage her? Because the timing of the release of the Transformers album, and hey, hoping on Station Head right now, and them saying, oh, we cannot wait because the Transformer is about to drop an album. That's a little bit suspicious, in my own opinion. And she's even out there, bragging about how she was the first person to be on Station Head and all of these things. Clearly, they're still hoping for a little bit of traction from the Babs and Nicki Minaj. And I do hope that the Twitter Babs pay her dust throughout this entire situation, okay? Now, moving on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Still talking about Nicki Minaj and, of course, the Transformers alleged man, Stefon Diggs. Images have surfaced on the internet of screenshots that do depict Stefon Diggs liking several of Nicki Minaj's pictures. And people are talking. They are basically saying that, listen, this man seems like there's a little bit of an interest in as far as Nicki Minaj is concerned. And people are also citing that this wouldn't be the first time that a man would seem to be into Nicki Minaj. And then after realization that, of course, she's not available, especially now she's married. Back then, people have always said that Offset actually wanted Nicki Minaj, but Nicki didn't want him. And that's when he decided to go with the Transformer. So if this is the truth, honestly, I would be sad to be her. Because men obsessing over someone whose face you're also obsessed with is insane. If your man would be obsessed with a girl who doesn't look anything like you, or with a girl you don't even want to look like, that's one thing. But if your man is obsessed with the original version of you and you're just the Timo version, yeah, that would also mess with my self-esteem. And that's why, to a certain extent, I kind of understand her when she exhibits this delusion and, these insecurities in as far as Nicki Minaj is concerned. I mean, she's the same girl whose sister was convinced that Nicki Minaj wearing something mesh is Nicki taking inspiration from her. So you can tell how much stuff they, lie to each other about. Anyway, moving on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Let us talk about the Halle Bailey and the DDG situation. Now, you guys do know that, the two parents have not exactly been the best at co-parenting together. It seems like yesterday the judge decided to ban both DDG and Halle from posting about each other or their child. And, it seems like this is an extension to Halle, because for DDG, this was already in place. And they are supposed to appear before the judge again in October. And DDG allegedly is being allowed supervised visitation. Now, of course, the internet has been reacting differently to this entire situation, with some people feeling like, well, this is unfair. And some people feel like this is a loss for Halle because, previously it was only DGG who was forbidden from posting their son. But now it's also being extended to her. And personally, I do think that Halle does not care about being forbidden from posting Hello, because initially she didn't even want to post the baby. Okay, so I don't think that she's gonna be crying about this. If anything, it seems like DDG kind of does need the baby for content on stream. But let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. Now, moving on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about, let us talk about Ebro. Okay, so Ebro is facing a lot of backlash, and some of the backlash is actually coming from fellow content creators or fellow hip hop critics, especially of female rap. People feel like Ebro is a clown, is a walking contradiction, because in one breath is out there crying about, oh my god, the state of hip hop is like this, hip hop has been diluted and all of these things, but when it comes to certain people, his take is kind of dizzy. For example, his recent, commentary on the Transformers song has people feeling like he cannot be taken seriously. Now, personally, I'm not surprised to see Ebro like this. I've always felt like he has some clown elements. I've always felt like he's, that one person who dances, whatever, as long as there's a check involved. That's what it gives. Because the shamelessness itself, you guys, in failing to even acknowledge that, okay, I love this person, but this isn't it, is wild to me. And that boy that he does the commentary with is no better. And at this point, even Joe Biden had enough better balls, actually, to, call the song exactly what it is. I mean, the man said, do not do that ever again. And here you have Ebro talking about how Drake is is a sickness and all of these things, and Drake is responsible for hip hop not being the way it used to be, but in the same breath you're out there praising mediocre stuff. Just because you're gonna get an interview. And I don't think that an interview from the Transformer in 2025 hits that much for you to risk your reputation in as far as bias is concerned for commentary. It's not that relevant, Ebro. But then again, you guys, let me know in the comment section, you guys, did you hear that one person who was not here for that nonsense is none other than Amon Wiggins? Oh my God, he had a lot of words to say about that. And I do agree with what he was saying, but some people were also calling Amon himself, saying that, well, you're only now saying that because you fell out with the Transformer. Otherwise, you were one of, the people that used to hype the Transformer with the mediocrity and make excuses for her. But now that, they kicked you out of their club, all of a sudden you want to come and sit here and police what Ebro is saying. Meanwhile, if you were going to get the interview, you were still going to be dancing and twerking for the woman. But anyway, let me insert what Ebro had to say. But I do not think that after that I'm going to be coming back. That being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching. And thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time that I post. I post each and every single day, and I keep you updated on what is happening, especially in female rap. And until my next one, see you.
A new song in her radio show.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask y'all before I set this up. What do you guys think about her new song? I know, like, this sample, this original Jay-Z, as some Jay-Z stans. I know how we all feel about it. How'd you guys feel about the Cardi version?
I was fine with it. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. I liked hearing her over that record as being somebody from the city. I compared it. I know a lot of people are comparing it to Jay-Z. And I would like to tell all of y'all to go sit down. And you can't compare this to Hov's version. When I heard the record, I immediately compared it to the opening record on Invasion of Privacy.
Get Up 10.
Get Up 10. Because I had to compare it to other Cardi records where she's telling her story and talking her shit, right? Because Cardi's Cardi. And, you may or may not like how she raps, how she delivers, the songs, et cetera, et cetera. So I didn't compare it to Hov.
Okay.
I'm older, so I know the original record, which is Renee and Angela, right? Imaginary Playmates, which is the sample that he's using on Imaginary Players. So for me, it was great. I loved it. And I loved it for New York because it gave a certain feeling.
So for me, how I heard the song, the first time I heard it was on Cardi's radio show. Wait,
load in comment.
Nah, it was good. It was cool. Good to hear in that pocket, Yeah, it was cool. It was.
But what?
What?
I was trying to protect Low. I had your back, Low. I had your back.
This could be that, or this could be this.
I got it. I got you.
So you compared it to Cardi also?
No, I didn't compare it. I didn't compare it to Hov, because that'd be asinine. When you listen to the record, that's all you hear.
Right.
That's all you hear.
For people of our age, similar
that's
age.
all you hear. That's all you think about. So unfortunately, your mind, when you're critiquing, goes to that pocket of listening and
right.
Rhyme scheme or whatever the case is. I applaud her for being very, very brave in doing that in a public forum, because we haven't heard from her since about 2018. This is your second single from your sophomore album, and you choose to go strictly dynamically rap. That's a dangerous but brave move, because we're not accustomed to hearing this publicly from Cardi as a representation for an album, right?
Fair.
Like as a first single.
As a first or second single.
Outside was the real first,
which I like. I like Outside a lot. So when you look at it from that angle, it's another more hesitance. And I would have preferred to hear this record just blatantly on the album, and would have been surprised by it, and probably would have listened to it with different ears. But because it was such a big bravado, she's doing this record. This is one of Jay's best records, one of my favorite records.
Oh, it's one of your favorite Jay-Z records?
Yes.
I'm always when rappers of today cover things of yesteryear.
Yeah.
Right? I have to go, I gotta grade this on today's curve.
Yes.
I can't grade this on
whoever they're sampling from that curve.
But also I have to remind myself that I was me then.
Mm-hmm.
And so me now is not in the same place as someone who didn't live that then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're now and you wasn't outside, you didn't experience that imaginary players, it don't mean the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'm grading on a curve for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it does mean a lot to me, because one, it's my favorite record. Two, I have a personal connection because it connects me and my sister, and this is one of my sister's favorite records and one of my sister's favorite albums. So we was playing that shit just all the time, nonstop. And to this day, I'm still playing it all day, nonstop.
Two things, right?
Yeah.
I don't get mad about samples, because my homeboy made this 8-hour-long playlist of just original songs that have been sampled in hip-hop. And as I'm listening to it, and I already knew this, you start realizing, like, songs that were sampled, like old hip-hop songs, they were sampling soul songs quick. Like Dennis Edwards' Don't Look Any Further, like 7 years later, there was a rap version of it. So I don't even get mad over that. My second thing was, my context for the Cardi B version was different. So when the first time I heard it in Imaginary Players was on her radio show she did with us. She plays the song, I hear it, and immediately she gives an explanation of why she sampled that record.
Growing up in New York, especially having my uncle Jeffrey, he always used to play this song. You already know my uncle, he was a cute, pretty boy, drug dealer boy. He deported now, child. They deported his ass. He got deported, but he went to STED, he went to G-Dubs. If you're from the Heights, you should know. And this song really, it's sometimes when I just hear the beat just start playing, it really, really just takes me. I don't know what it is. Some music, some songs, I don't know. It's so weird to say. It have a feel, but it also got a smell to it, or it got like a smell to it, and it's just I could really smell summertime. I could really smell my grandma block, because it's my mom. She then used to like me hanging out in the block in the Bronx, so my grandma would let me hang out though in front of her building, and it's I remember when my uncle Jeffrey used to come around. I used to be like, yes, thank God he came around, because my uncle gonna give me $3. And he used to play the song Allah, Allah, Allah. And then it's for F to randomly play that song. He just randomly played that song. And it got me up and lifted me up. And I was like, yo, that'd be funny if I flipped this shit. And then it's that's what I started doing. I started flipping it.
So once I heard that, I was like, she painted a picture for me.
And her talking about her growing up uptown, her uncle playing a Jay-Z record, and this representing New York City for her. And I think that's also why when Like when I heard, oh, Cardi B sample Hove on her album, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know. I had no idea. When the beat drops, I'm like, oh shit, this is a New York tri-state area vibe. And obviously I'm partial because I know where she's from in the BX. I know what area of town she's from. I know who her family is. So I'm listening to it with those ears. And the way she described it right there of like, this gives me like almost, I can smell New York City.
It's tangible. Like, yeah, she's like going back in time with that record. And with that context, it shifted how, and I just heard the song, so I didn't even really have a thought yet. So I'm kind of figuring it out. She explains that, then plays the original, and I'm like, oh, boom, I got it. Now I'm back in, 97, 96, whenever that is. And I'm like, all right, cool. Now I ain't even grow up in New York, but that's the beauty of music and movies. Sometimes you just put yourself there, what your own vision is for that place and that time. And after that, I was like, all right, I rock with it. Now I'm excited for the album. I can't even front.
I've heard a lot of the album. She got some fucking smashes on the album.
See, and that kind of just annoys me because I know she does.
No.
See, like,
but also like it's not even like pop records.
Right.
Like it's not, I heard some pop records, but that's not, she's got like straight ahead hip hop, R&B, melodic, like.
And I would have preferred that based on how absent a body of work has been for her. And what Cardi really needs right now is one of those undeniable heat.
Oh, she got him.
Okay,
They're just gonna cut through
they on the way.
immediately. And I
but
think,
historically, isn't this what you want out of rappers? Like everything you say on this show.
I do.
Okay,
And
okay.
I'm not mad at the fact that she did it. But I'm just looking at it from a business aspect and the awareness that she's trying to cling on to. That's what I'm looking at it as. There was too much pushback and kickback about the record, and I don't think she deserved that. I think she deserves to have that number one, that spot.
But like you said a second ago, it's very brave.
It's very brave.
Well,
I gotta give it to her.
I think something else we got to talk about too, as people who are critical, we critique rap for a living.
Yeah.
When you are a top tier MC, we're gonna critique you differently than we're gonna critique someone who raps for entertainment.
Right.
Cardi B is a rapper. We wouldn't put Cardi B in the same conversation as a quote unquote lyricist top tier MC.
Absolutely.
Cardi B is someone who
can rap very good.
Who raps well, but mostly delivers on a personality level of entertainment and has good songs / great songs / hits.
That represent that.
And we've had that in rap. There's many people that we have liked their music and their rap persona, but we don't put them in the lyricist box.
No. And I don't think that's the conversation with that
No,
record.
but I just wanted for the audience to understand
Okay.
how we grade on a curve. Because does, we are grading on a curve.
Yeah.
all the time.